Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Cloud and AI Analytics. I am Vignesh and in this video we are going to discuss the next set of HashiCorp's Terraform Associate certification. And without any further delay, let's get started. So the first question for this video is, when should you use the force unlock command, which means Terraform force unlock command? Option A, you see a status message that you cannot acquire the lock. Option B, you have a high priority change. Option C, automatic unlocking failed. And option D, your apply failed due to a state lock. So now pause the video, go through the question again and come up with the answer. So that said, the right answer to this question is option C, which is automatic unlocking failed. First, we will try to understand what is this Terraform force unlock command and when we will be using. So Terraform, which uses a state file to keep the track of the resources it manages. So in order to prevent concurrent modifications that could lead to the inconsistencies and data loss, Terraform acquires a lock on the state during the operations like Terraform apply, Terraform plan and Terraform destroy. So this log file ensures that only one Terraform process can modify the state at a time. So when to use this command, Terraform force unlock is basically when your automatic unlocking is failed. And you should use this command as only as the last resort, and when you're absolutely certain then no other Terraform processes is actively modifying the state file. So now we will discuss why the other options are incorrect. Option A, you see a status message that you cannot acquire the lock. So this usually means another operation is in progress and you should not force unlock in this case unless you are sure the operation is no longer running. And the next option is option B, which is you have a high priority change. So priority does not justify bypassing a lock. So obviously this is the incorrect choice. And now we will move to the last option, that is option D, which is you apply failed due to a state lock. This could mean Terraform couldn't get the lock. So in that case, we should wait and try again first. And now we will move into the next question, which is a Terraform provisioner must be nested inside a resource configuration block. Option A, true. Option B, false. Now pause the video, go through the question and come up with the answer. So that said, the correct answer to this question is option A, true. A Terraform provisioner is basically used to execute scripts or commands on a local or a remote machine after a resource is created. So this provisioners must be ideally defined inside the resource block whenever or wherever they are intended to run. So the right answer is true. Moving on to the next question. When using a module block to reference a module stored on the public Terraform module registry, such as the below image, how do you specify version 1.0.0 to it? So you can just take a look at this image. Now we will discuss the options. The first option is modules stored on the public Terraform module registry do not support versioning. And option B, append reference equal to version 1.0.0 argument to the source path. Option C, add version equal to 1.0.0 attribute to the module block. And option D, nothing, module stored on the public Terraform module registry always default to version 1.0.0. So now pause the video, go through the question, go through the option and come up with the answer. So now we will discuss the answer to this question. And the right answer is option C, which is add version equal to 1.0.0 attribute to module block. So the reason behind this, when you are using a Terraform module from the public Terraform registry, you specify the versions of the module using the version argument inside the module block. Now we will discuss why option A is incorrect. Modules stored on the public Terraform module registry do not support versioning. Modules do support versioning via the version argument. Now we will discuss the next option, that is append reference equal to version 1.0.0 argument to the source path. This is also incorrect because this syntax is basically used for Git resources and not for the public Terraform registry. And moving on to the next option, that is option D, nothing, module stored on the public Terraform module registry always default to the version 1.0.0, which is also incorrect because they default to the latest stable version, not specifically to 1.0.0. And moving on to the next question, how is Terraform remote backend different from the other state backends such as S3, console, or GCS bucket, etc. Option A, it can execute Terraform runs on dedicated infrastructure on-premise or in Terraform cloud. Option B, it doesn't show the output of a Terraform apply locally. Option C, it is only available to paying customers. Option D, all the above. Now pause the video, go through the questions and go through the options and come up with the answer. So that's it. We will discuss the right answer to this question, and the right answer is option A. It can execute Terraform runs on dedicated infrastructure on-prem or in Terraform cloud. So the Terraform remote backend is a special type of backend that integrates with Terraform cloud or Terraform enterprise, and it differs from traditional backends like S3, console GCS bucket in many different ways. It allows Terraform runs to be executed remotely in Terraform cloud or in Terraform enterprise rather than your local machine. And also the remote backend can run Terraform commands in a centralized and also in a managed environment. Now we will discuss why the other options are incorrect. Option B, it doesn't show the output of a Terraform apply locally. It is basically incorrect because it does show logs and output locally even though the runs happens remotely. And the next option is it is only available to paying customers. This is also incorrect because the remote backend is available on the free trial of Terraform cloud as well. There is few limitations with it. So option B, C is wrong. So the option D is also wrong. Moving on to the next question. A provider configuration block is required in every Terraform configuration. You can take a look at this example, provider, the provider name. So this configuration block is required in every Terraform configuration. Option A, true. Option B, false. Pause the video, go through the question, understand it and come up with the answer. So that's it. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is false. A provider configuration block is not strictly required in every Terraform configuration. So if your module or configuration uses resources from a provider, then yes, a provider must be available. However, it is not required to explicitly define it in every module or in every configuration file. So the right answer is false. Moving on to the next question. Terraform providers are part of the Terraform core binary. Option A, true. Option B, false. Pause the video, go through the question and come up with the answer. So that's it. The right answer to this question is false. So Terraform providers are not part of the Terraform core binary. They are distributed separately as a plugins. So Terraform providers are separate plugins and not built into Terraform core binary. So the correct answer is false. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we will continue exploring the other set of questions. If you have any questions or any doubts, please post that in the comment section. I'll take a look at it and reply to it as soon as possible. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe to Cloud and AI Analytics. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Vignesh. Happy learning.